welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. I know we didn't do any shows over the weekend, but um, and I didn't even bet NBA on Sunday. I only had one NBA play on the weekend. It was the Bucks minus 4.5. That one cashed rather easily. But these kids, man, these kids can't get it right with these kids. So college can't end fast enough. I lost on Tennessee and I lost on Illinois. So not really good in college basketball. No college basketball today, or at least no men's college today. There is a great game in women's college that I can't wait to watch, or a couple good games that I can't wait to watch. But we're here to talk about how we can make money, and we got six NBA games on the slate, and that's where I do my best work. So we'll see if we can start the week right there. Let's take a look at the chat before we get started. Josh was his top of it community. Let's put the weekend behind us and move onward. Yeah, Boofer says this last weekend. Can I have a team not shit the bed in the second half or fourth quarter? Already saying the same thing. 30-0 run. Yeah, that Illinois game was nasty, man. Nasty, nasty, nasty. What a prolific. Um, says he'll still hit the light. If no NBA, I will not stay. Boofer, I agree with this. You think Skee is gonna put the final four 5 days before the games? I barely want to talk about college myself. Ray, what's up? Hello, Miss Tasha. Raven Ron in the building. What up, Jose Perez? A lot of the usual suspects in here. Right now says ski on time. April Fools. All right, I'm here. Stephanie says ski. Where you at? I'm here. Better late than never. I'm here. What up, Justin? Hey, I like women's basketball. Let's talk. I'll be talking WNBA all throughout the summer. What up, Casey? Reminding everybody to hit the like button. Appreciate y'all. Renisha Brown, see you down there. Appreciate you as always. And let's get to it. Mario likes Iowa. Anthony likes Iowa. I'm not gonna handicap that game because I haven't been watching or paying attention enough, but I do know the storyline, and I just think it'll be a great game. So I'll be watching as a basketball fan. NBA, we'll go in rotation order like we always do. 551, 552, Portland and Orlando. Opened up Orlando minus 16. Jesus. Hasn't really moved. Total open 208.5 and has increased 2 points. For the injury report, let me just hit refresh because it is after that time. Orlando, nobody. I thought that was a mistake. Orlando has nobody on the injury report. For Portland, looks like Jeremy Grant is game time decision. He's doubtful. So they're missing a lot of people. Brogdon, Sharp, Simons, Tybal, a lot of people missing for this Blazers team. So it makes sense why the Magic are this big of a spread. But at the end of the day, well, I'll say this first. Magic have been good in this role all along. I'll read the numbers 17-6 as a home favorite, 22-4 versus lesser competition, which is less than 45% win teams. And Orlando is 6-1 as a double digit favorite. But all of these games, they haven't been laying 16. And it's now the Magic's third game in 4 nights, 4 games in 6 nights. I can't get there with the Magic, even though they're playing a bottom feeder team. The Blazers, they've had 2 days rest. They have been playing a lot of games on the road, but I think that rest advantage can be a factor. And it boils down to win by this kind of a margin. I always say the Magic continue to beat people by margin, even though they don't shoot the three well. But I just can't trust it. So I looked at the total. I was initially thinking under. Both bottom 10 offensive rated teams last 5 games. Orlando has been going under 4 of their last 5. And Orlando, when they're on 1 day rest, playing their third game in 4 nights, they're 8-2 to the under. But those games are averaging right around where this number is, 209. So I think it opened low for a reason. To see it go up would make me nervous about playing the under, but that was my initial look. So if I had to play, I would look towards under, maybe first half under. I do know Orlando is 26-12 to the first half under at home. Let's take a look at what you guys think about the game. Ready to make some money. Let's see. Let's see. Appreciate you, Wayne. Reminding everybody to smash the like button. Dan N likes Magic first half. Says it's been hottest cast 7 of the last 10. Probably a big number. Probably like what 9.5 or something like that. Jabba the Hutt. He's not scared of the big number. He likes the Magic -16. Brian thinks Portland team total under could be a better look in this game, or maybe how we should play on this Magic team. And let me just pull up something here. Let me get to this game. Let's get all of the last 5 stats here. So for the Magic, they are the number 2 defensive rated team going up against what the second worst offensive rated team last 5 games. Hmm. I do think that's a solid way to play it because I absolutely cannot lay this kind of a number um with with the Magic. I just can't. Let me look at the recent stats. Magic, they held the Grizzlies to 88, held the Clippers to 100, and held Golden State to 101. I do think this offense is going to be lacking, so that could be a good way to play it. Portland team total under. RH reminding us that the overs have been hitting in the Blazers game, probably more so because of the lack of defense. So for that reason, I think this is a good idea to target just the Blazers side to lack points. All right, let's move over to the next game. That will be 553, 554, Brooklyn and Indiana. This one opened up Pacers -10. They're now -12, 12 and a half. Total open 229 and a half, down 2.5 points to 227. As far as the injury report, nobody on there for the Pacers. For the Nets, they'll be without Cam Johnson and Dennis Smith Jr. Um, Pacers are a team I don't really want to lay this kind of a big number with, but they are in an advantageous spot. Well rested, 2 days rest. They've covered what 4 of their last 6. The Nets, it's the back end of a back to back, third game in 4 nights, fourth and six, and they haven't been playing their best basketball. They've only covered 3 of their last 10 games. The Nets are 10 and 18 as a road dog, and they are also 4-7-1 against the spread when they are unrested. So it is a huge number. Um, my thought process here is I can't trust the Pacers to cover this big of a number just because I don't trust them to get stops. I'll move over and just look specifically at the defensive rating last 5 games. And for the Pacers, I have them 22nd compared to the Nets at 12. So, you guys, if you've been around long enough, you know my thought process. How can I expect them to win by this big of a margin if they can't get stops? I just can't do it. But I do think it's an advantageous spot for them. They should at least win. And if I think they're going to win, like I said, it's not because they're playing defense. So my thought was I disagree with the total. Total's coming down. I think it's going the wrong way. I think Pacers can I think the Pacers can score on this Nets team, and I think Nets can keep up too. So lean over here if I'm playing. Brooklyn has gone over 10 of their last 15, although Indiana's gone under 12 of their last 16. I still think it'll be more up tempo, higher scoring game. What up, James? Joshua? John says first half Pacers seems like a backdoor full game. I could see it that way. Nando says he took the trash team plus 12. Um, it's tough for me to look at the spread in general. I just think the number is not where I like it to be. We're seeing a lot of double digit spreads this time of year, and it's getting a little bit tough. Getting a little bit tough. Stephanie says 130 in here, only 42 likes. Hit the like button. Appreciate you, Stephanie. Like button does help out the show. And Santonio Springs says he agrees with the over. Mario says we should just look at the Pacers specifically. I mean, I understand you trust their offense more, but their defense can give it up too. RH likes Hallie to have 2+ steals. And I think we can keep it moving here. Not the best games or best number on the game. Next, we have Celtics and Hornets. This one opened up Celtics minus 17, still sitting right there. Total open 218 and a half, only moved to 219 for the injury report. My bad. I just screwed everything up for the screen here. It's the one thing I cannot do. There we go. We're back. For this one, Jalen Brown and Porzingis and Springer, all game time decision. Davison is out. For the Hornets, Vasilya Misic, he's game time. Nick Richards, game time. Pokusevsky is doubtful, and they'll be without Mark Williams. This is the second of a back to back for the Hornets, third and four nights, fourth and six. Hornets have not been playing good basketball. They're covered two of their last eight games. Hornets are 38.7% as a dog of 10 plus this season, but they are 8-5 against the spread on back to backs. Celtics, they did lose to this team the last time they played. So I mean, I know they probably don't care when they look on the other side and see the Hornets, but it is still a revenge spot. I'll mention that they have the rest advantage, but it's their sixth straight road game. Maybe a little bit of travel fatigue for the Celtics team. You guys know by now. If we like the Celtics, we take them early. I know the numbers. I mean, you see the full game number, so you know the first half number is inflated. First half is minus 10, and it opened 10 and a half. So it's just starting to become a little bit too much. They are 29, 9, and 1 against the spread in the first half on the road. They've covered 15 of their last 20 games, but now they're needing to cover 20 points. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. Total wise, you do have both teams bottom 10 in pace. I know the Hornets are 50 and 22 to the first half under. So maybe a little bit of a, but then at the same time, neither team is playing defense. Both bottom five defensive rated teams last five games. So this one is tough. This one is really, really tough for me. If I had to play it, if I had to play it, I would expect, even though without the pace, I think both teams can score. And both teams have been playing more over games than under games, actually. Boston over five of their last six, Hornets over four of their last five. Hornets 8-5 to the over, unrested. I think it should be more points than not. So lean towards the over 290, 218 and a half is the best number you can get right now, or 219. I think that's the way I'll play this game. Um, Nando likes the team total over for the Celtics and Tatum's rebounds plus assists. Dan says Celtics first half. Why fight it? I mean, it's been great all year, but has it been minus 10 all year? Is just kind of what I'm thinking here. Can they win by that much? Yes. I feel like they've been winning first halves by closer to like 13, 14 points per game, but it still makes me nervous with the big number. That's just how I feel. RH likes that first half. Boston, Stephanie won with the Hornets last night, going to stay off tonight. Brian H likes the team total over for the Celtics as well. John says you don't even got to call. If you bet this game, 1-800 Gambler, they're going to call you. Josh doesn't like this one. Stephanie agrees with the over, and Ryan likes Tatum over 40 points, rebounds, and assists. Let's move over to the next game. Games are really tough today. Let's see. Next game is Memphis and Detroit, 557, 558. Opened up Pistons -3. They're a 2-point favorite currently. Total open 213 and a half, all the way up to 216. So market liking some points in this one. Injury report, you do have Cade game time decision, Sasser and Taj Gibson also game time, but Gibson is more like doubtful. Fontecchio is out for the Grizzlies. They'll be without Desmond Bain, Marcus Smart, Watanabe, and Vince Williams. Looks like Aldama is game time here. So I didn't want anything to do with this game from a spread perspective, but I do want to read the situational stuff out, and then I'll look a little bit more at the total. You do have the Pistons very well rested, coming off 2 days of rest. Also coming off a win as a dog. So maybe that's supposed to be a letdown spot, but I mean they do have a poor Grizzlies team on the other side. I just know neither one of these teams want to win games. And it's the first game after a 3-game road trip. Grizzlies, meanwhile, have not been playing good basketball either. They've covered one of their last five. So when I have two bad teams, honestly, the first thing I'm trying to get to is the under. And the market disagrees. So I didn't like seeing that. Already moving 2.5 points towards the over. But Detroit has been a favorite 7 times. All 7 of those games have gone under. And it makes sense because for Detroit to be a favorite, it's got to be some pretty bad offense, some pretty bad teams out there. And yes, both are bottom 10 offensive rated teams last 5 games. Um, Actually, you look at all month, they're the second and third worst offensive rated teams in March. Detroit has gone under 9 of their last 11. Memphis without Bain, just looking at how they've been playing lately, they've stayed under 5 of their last 6 without him. They've been averaging 96.5 points per game in those 6 games, and the total was 204 in those games as far as what they were averaging. So I think the offense is just that poor. They will play a little bit more of tempo than I would like, but I really was trying to get there with the under. And I would love to know if Cade could be out. I would prefer for Cade to be out. I really would. Memphis has gone over 6 of the last 8, but like I said, I'm looking more at the games just specifically without Bain, and those ones have been the ones to go under. So I'm in disagreement with the market. I felt like it was no rush to get to the window because it just kept climbing. And maybe at some point, especially after, if I see Cunningham out too, I'll definitely be looking at the under, looking to run to the window and get the under in this game. If I'm betting a player prop though, and if I like any kind of over here, there's guys getting opportunities for this Grizzlies team, and Scottie Pippen Jr. has been one of them. He's had double digit points he's had 11 plus his last 4 games. I think his point prop is 10.5 tonight. I think that's the guy that I'll be willing to put my money on as far as a prop bet. So either Scottie Pippen Jr. over 10.5 points or the full game under 216, 216.5. Those are the ways that I'm looking here. Let's see how you guys feel about it. Nando says, Darren props over here again. What up, Bryce Miller? They already have been. It's just they won the last game. Jose says, if Cade is in, Pistons win. Can understand that. RH says the over is hit 9 of the last 12 games on the road for the Grizzlies. I hear you. John looking towards the Grizzlies money line. The 1-800 gambler game is every game, it looks like. Somebody's saying it for every game. And my bad. Thank you, Jeff. At the wrong banner. I forgot to move it on over to Grizzlies at Pistons. Appreciate that. Dan says the Pistons give the fans a win. So if I'm playing, like I said, it's the under, or if I'm betting anything else other than that, it would only be Scottie Pippen Jr. over his points. Don't really see any interest in betting these games in the chat, and I'm not mad at you. Not mad at you, mad at you guys. 2 more games left. See if we can find something in these last 2. And I see why I messed up on the banner. I get it now. My bad on that. 559, 560. Atlanta and Chicago opened up. Chicago minus 2.5. Hasn't really moved. Looks like -2. Total, though, has dropped 2.5 points to 221.5. Injury report. Kobe game time decision. Kobe B. AJ Griffin out. Ahmed out. Kongwu out. Trae Young out. For the Bulls, I see Desumu and Caruso, both game time decision, but they're both probable. Looks like Phillips is out for this one. Um, I mean, when I think about this one, the game is pretty important for both teams. I know these teams will probably play each other when that playing thing starts, but I really don't trust the Bulls. That's where I start off with this game. It's the second of a back to back, third and 4 nights, fourth and 6. They've only covered 2 of their last 7. They've lost what 7 out of 11 games at home since All Star break. Look at the Hawks. They do have a little bit of rest advantage. It is also their fourth game in 6 nights, and they have not been good on the road. 12 and 24 against the spread, but they have been good lately. They've covered 4 of their last 5. So start to look up matchup wise, and I just think a lot of why they've been playing well is Dejounte Murray, and the Bulls are solid defending guards. Caruso over there. I, I think that Murray can be slowed down today. I see they have Jalen Johnson back, which should help them, especially if a lot of attention is on Murray. But it's just a really tough game for me to play. If I guess yeah, it's tough. I'm trying to talk myself into something. I looked at the total. Neither team has been playing defense. Both are bottom 10 defensive rated teams last 5 games. Hawks have gone over their last five. Chicago over 7 of their last 10. Over is 8-4 when they're unrested. But I just talked about how I think Chicago can slow Atlanta down. So this one is very tough. I had already said that I don't want the Bulls in my pocket anymore after I saw how they were playing lately. And if I look at this individual game, I guess I'll go with the Hawks. They've been playing better. They have the rest advantage. They're catching points. But like I said, it's not in my pocket. And just a tough game. I feel like today is really one of the tougher days. Let's take a look at the chat. Maybe you guys like the game better than me. Look, every game that pops up, pass game. Every game. Just pass every single game. Tasha likes the Grizzlies on that last game. San Antonio Springs likes the Bulls. Jose likes the over in this game. Market is in disagreement. He likes the over. So does Stephanie. Brian H likes the Hawks to get a little bit of revenge. They did lose by double digits to this Bulls team last time they played. Otto feels me on that, says can't trust the Bulls. Like, why do I want to put my money on them? I don't want to give any money back. Stephanie says the over is hit at like a 67% rate when these two teams play each other. Are you talking about like the last few years or how long is that? EQ likes the Hawks on the money line. So does John. Yeah, Hawks been playing like they want to win a little bit lately. I agree with that, Otto. Stephanie took the Hawks last night, but doesn't really love it. You got a solid number. You already got a little bit of point of value there. RH reminding us that the Bulls have not been covering at home. David M, he loves the over. It's tough for me to get there. So I guess a lean for me is the Hawks on this game. And we'll move on over to the last game on the slate, which is 561, 562. Phoenix Suns at New Orleans Pelicans. Open Pellies -1, 1.5 point favorite currently. Total down a point and a half to 223.5. And injury report, Damian Lee out for the Suns. For the Pelicans, Alvarado and Brandon Ingram are both out. We know about the Pelicans. If you like that side, um, the first half, and I look at the first half specifically at home, it is 24 and 11, 68.6%. So get in, get out if you like the Pelicans. We've seen them plenty of times trick off games at the end. But the Suns, I mean, I feel like the same can be said for the Suns. They've not been a great fourth quarter team. However, the Suns in this game do have the rest advantage with 2 days rest. Um, they're in a bounce back spot because they just lost their last game as a favorite. I don't like that they've been playing so many road games. I believe it's their fifth straight road game, and they haven't been the best against the spread versus the better teams. Greater than 55% win teams have them as 11 and 19 against the spread. Um, a game like this, and let me just pull it up here. I feel like this is one that is more important to the standings than others, even though Chicago, Atlanta may be jockeying a little bit. But let me just pull it up here. So conference, yeah, Chicago and Atlanta are separated by a game and a half. So the last one is a little bit important as well. But Pelicans in that sixth spot currently, and the Suns are eighth. I mean, seeds 5 through 8 are separated by 2 games. So this is a huge game. If you want to get it out the play in, stay in, neither team wants to be in the play in. So that's why this should be more like a playoff type game. The market agrees with the going under. Phoenix is what 13-5 under as a dog this season. Pelicans have gone under 4 of their last 5 games. Let me just look at last 5 game stats for both of these teams. I do think we'll get defensive intensity. I really do. But let me just see. You have the Pelicans 7th last 5 games, Suns 15th. Offenses, Pelicans 18th, Suns 10th. Pace wise, Pelicans playing at the 22nd pace, Suns speeding it up a little bit. They're 10th. I do think this one will be, slow down, more defensive game. So if I'm playing this one, I'm absolutely going with the under. And curious what you guys like. Curious what you guys like here. Let's see. RH likes the pill. So does Tasha. Joe the Gambler says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't even got to say what I'm on here. David M. leaning that way with the Pelicans first half, but he also likes the game. Jose's not liking the inconsistency from the Suns. Lit Picks coming with the best bet in here. He likes Booker over 25.5 points. Thinks he gets 30 plus here. John likes the Pellies. San Antonio likes the Suns. Saturated agrees with the under. Definitely got the under at a little bit of a better number there. Nice work. David M is in agreement. The under sounds pretty good. Dan N, another one going with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Pelicans first half. And Brian H says he likes the under, but after the first quarter, we could get a high number for the under. So it looks like a lot of people are in agreement with the total here in this game. Um, just looking over one more thing. What up, Tease? He thinks Caitlin Clark is going to get the W tonight. Appreciate you sharing that, Tease. Good luck to you as well. Let me just glance at one thing here. Yeah, this one it makes me nervous. Still makes me nervous. Don't love these games as much as I usually do every single day. So we've got through the entire card. It is about that time to move over to the best bet segment. And the people who are new, y'all know what to do. People who have been here, y'all know what to do. People who are new, you'll see people dropping their best bets in the chat. Just 3 rolls, put best bet next to it, put the line or number that you're getting so it can be graded accurately, and then no more than 2 best bets for the show, please. And it might even get a little bit light here tonight because these games are tough. So let me just glance through the slate. I honestly have not made a bet yet today. I told you guys how I'm feeling about all the games, but I'm in no rush for one of them because the market is moving in the opposite direction. Let's see. All right. So let me shout out a couple of you guys' best bets from the chat. Joe the Gambler likes the Pelicans first half. Tease remind everybody smash the like button. Appreciate you, Tease. Otto likes the Suns at even money. See that Couture say going with the Bulls -2.5. Aaron, he likes the Suns first half. Dan N going with the Pistons on the money line. Lit Picks did share that Booker over 25.5 points. PZ likes the under 216.5 in the Grizzlies game. Rich Homie, what up? He likes Jaren Jackson over 22.5 points. So he's covered 10 of the last 13 when playing without Bane. Love to hear that. Like to hear that. Brian H likes Chicago and Atlanta over 221.5. RH going with Trey Murphy over 5.5 rebounds. Let's see. John Bender likes the Hawks. David Martin likes Atlanta game over 121.5. And Justin, his best bet is those Hawks. Jose Perez coming with a first quarter points prop. Appreciate you guys in the chat. And Joshua likes the Suns first half as well. So you guys know if you've been around for a while. I'm not the kind of person who's just gonna make a bet to or tell you a bet just to tell you. Like every bet I give, I'm placing. And right now, I don't feel like there's a bet that I want to have my money on. I really just don't. I'll continue to look throughout the day. And unfortunately, this is one of those rare times where I just can't, in good faith, give a best bet for the show. I just can't. So when I do come to the conclusion, I will share my best bet with my YouTube members. And if I don't have one, hey, maybe tomorrow's slate will produce too. So good luck to all you guys in the chat. I can't even say best of luck if you tell because I didn't give you guys anything to tell me on. But tell these good cappers in the chat. We know money is printed all the time. So members, look out today, and I will catch you guys again tomorrow. Peace.